All right, that was a struggle. Devices, aren't they wonderful when they work right, when they don't? So, anyhow, we're at State Game Lands 39, I believe this is called, in Bullion or Lisbon or whatever you want to call it. See, there's my Jeep. So this is how you get to the top side of the Kennerdell trails. And I elected to do this today because I just came off about a week of being sick, and well, maybe more than a week. But I just went back to work last week. Today's Friday, my day off. So we're gonna do the easy stuff today, I think. Make it short and sweet, no hills to climb. So we'll just go and see what happens. So here we go. I believe they call this road U-Haul Road. It's only open during hunting season because we are in state game land, state forests. I got my camera. My little rant at the beginning there was I couldn't get the Bluetooth to work on my phone again, but I finally got it. Kind of a nice day out today. Sun peeks out occasionally. Cold. It's like 23 the whole way here. Fahrenheit, that is. Another reason this is going to be short, my back is killing me. Alright, I'm going to cut you out for now and I'll bring you back shortly. Alright, we're coming up on a trail intersection here, which I believe should be the Kennerdell Trail that goes the whole way to Kennerdell. And that's the way we's gonna go. Let's do it. There's the familiar yellow blazes. Everything down here is blazing yellow, so don't expect to be able to get your bearings from blaze colors. I don't know how well you can see that, but I just think that is so pretty when you can look and see a long ways down the trail. So from here I can probably see 1/8 of a mile, I bet you. I just think that's quite picturesque. Alright, we'll stop and spin you around here and show you what's around here, although it's trees. Sun's trying to peek out. So we're still on the Kennerdell trail, but I think we ought to be coming to the intersection of Dennison Run down here pretty quickly. I think this is kind of a nice little area in here. Kind of be I think a neat place to come and camp, hang a hammock maybe. It's obviously been logged and thinned out. I don't know how far you can see back through there, but I can see a half mile or so. The only thing is, there's no place to get water. I don't think there's any waterways down in here, so you'd have to carry your water or keep it in your car and walk the whole way back to the car if you ran out of water. Well, that wind's really picking up. Can you hear it? little slick. All right, we got a trail intersection coming up here. Pretty sure this is how you go to the furnace. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah. Okay, straight through. We remain on the Kennerdell Trail. Here's the iron furnace trail, which I don't really care to do today because that's a hell of a hill coming out of there. Try not to spin you around too fast. Dennison Run Trail, which takes you to the area where we camp and that I am most familiar with. And Kennerdell Trail, which is where we just came from. So we're going to keep going this way on the Kennerdell Trail. Try doing this thing for a while. Let you look at my ugliness. You might know, as soon as I start this, my camera bag's falling off my back. And I get to an uphill section to show just exactly how out of shape I really am. This clip's gonna be short. Okay, that's enough of that. I'll be back. All right, we're coming up on another trail intersection. Although it's not really an intersection. So, this is the Kennerdell Trail. This is the Kennerdell Trail, which is where we just came from. And this I've been on it. I think it might, I'd have to look at my map, but I think it goes back down the Dennison Run Trail. All positive. But anyhow, we're staying on the Kennerdell Trail. Yeah, here's another spot where you could probably hang some hammocks, but again, you're even farther away from water now. You got to go down the hill to Dennison Run or back to your car. But look how nice and thinned out that is back in there. Some people are against logging and stuff, but it's necessary. To me, this is picturesque. This is nice, but when you get into that stuff where there's a bunch of underbrush and briars and brambles, and that's just not. Leave no trace is one thing, but you can take it to extremes. And show me one person that loves that underbrush and stuff that doesn't have some wood trim in their house, or hardwood floors, or a nice oak mantle on their fireplace. It's necessary. It's necessary for the health of the forest. Pretty sure the Overlook Trail intersection's coming up here, if I remember right. Yeah, we got the three-way going here. Yeah. Overlook. All right, I'll bring you back in a bit once we get out there close. All right, we're getting close to the Overlook now, so I figured I'd bring you back. I can see the opening through the trees up here. Here we are. Oh, the river's getting nice up. Nice. So there's the village of Kennerdell down there. And if you saw the video of me driving the Jeep down the river trail, if you were unfortunate enough to fall down over this hill, you'd plop right on that trail about, I don't know, about a half mile from the bridge, something like that. Can you hear that bird? Nice bench here to take a load off. I'll read this to you if you can stand my voice for that long. A local history of the Allegheny River Valley. Indian presence. The first human inhabitants were archaic Indians. Artifacts date their presence back to about 6500 BC. Evidence of other early habitation exists on what is known as Indian God Rock. Drawings called petroglyphs were carved on a large sandstone rock which stands on the east bank of the Allegheny River about 5 miles south of Franklin. Worn away by erosion and damaged by vandals, today the prehistoric artwork is no longer visible. A reproduction of the original petroglyphs is shown next to this panel. Although its exact origin is unclear, according to one source, the name of the Allegheny is derived from Allegheny Sipu, after a race of Indians who the Delaware tribe believed lived along the river. Never heard that before. Settlement and early industries. In 1677, Father Louis Hennepin, a Franciscan friar, missionary, and explorer, was the first white man to penetrate the Allegheny River Valley in what is now known as Venango County. The Seneca tribe of the Iroquois Confederacy occupied the river valley when the first white settlers came to Venango County in the early 1740s. A variety of businesses and industries were established soon after the settlers arrived. Grist mills, woolen factories, sawmills, iron furnaces, blacksmithing, and oil operations were among the early developments. River transportation figured heavily into this growth. Keelboats moved goods on the river by the 1790s, and the first steamboat began operation in 1828. Timber, finished lumber, and iron were floated on the rails down the Allegheny to Pittsburgh, down the Allegheny to Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and occasionally as far as New Orleans. Dennison Point Overlook is on land first settled by John Hubbis, whose father was a native of Russia. And here's Indian God Rock, although this drawing, much like the real thing, has faded away. Next panel. Area physiography, I think's how you say that. Dennison Point Overlook rises approximately 480 feet above the Allegheny River. The rock structure on both sides is sedimentary, beginning with the Cayuga Group deposited over 310 million years ago near the bottom, followed by the Pottsville Group in the middle, and the 280 million year old Allegheny Group in the upper levels. The valley walls are a combination of shale, sandstone, limestone, and possibly coal veins deposited in a delta fashion. About 65 to 90 million years ago, uplifting occurred at the same time the river cut downward through these sedimentary deposits, exposing the formations visible today. The early forest was dominated by white pine and hemlock in association with oaks, chestnut, beech, birch, maples, and black cherry trees. The arrival of the white settlers and the events which soon followed had a major impact on the forests. Uncontrolled logging, the spread of chestnut blight, wildfires, and a general lack of concern for the resource caused the damages which are evident today. Expanses of white pine no longer exist. The once abundant chestnut only occurs as an occasional sapling root sprout. Second generation hardwood forests now dominate the river valley with occasional older stands of hemlocks that remain as silent witnesses to the forests of an earlier time. Clear Creek State Forest, Kennerdell Tract. I hope you caught all that. Alrighty. We'll stand here and look at this for a minute, and then I'm gonna cut out and head back. On the way back, I'm gonna put the phone away and take some still pictures, I hope. Did I ever tell you about the time I lost my wallet up here? Must have been about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. Somehow, right over there somewhere, I dropped my wallet. Is that a snowman? That's cute. I dropped my wallet anyway. So I run around down here most of the day, and I got back home and I walk in the door and my wife says to me, "Where is your wallet?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I guess it's probably, you know, my dresser or in a pair of pants or something, or that I wore the day before." And she says, "No, it's not." I said, "Well, if you know where it's at, why are you asking me?" I said, "Where is it?" She goes, "It's in Barkeyville." I said, "In Barkeyville? Why the hell is it in Barkeyville?" Well, it turns out right after I lost the thing, another guy come along that lives down there and found it and picked it up and took it back home. He got home before I did, and he called her before I ever got home. So, I mean, that thing had driver's license, social security card, all that stuff in it. So, another example of the fine, honest people that live around here. But, I mean, what are the chances of somebody finding it and calling before you even get back to your own house? I thought that was pretty cool there. All right, we're going on 11 minutes on this segment, so I'm gonna cut you out, head back to the car, and go back home. For now, goodbye from the Kennerdell Tract. All right, man. I'm almost back to the Jeep. Try and do this handheld because I'm not getting the selfie stick back out. Nice day. Never saw another human being. Probably, I don't know how far I hiked, maybe 3.5. Nothing spectacular, but considering all last week I was on the couch, this is much better. Hey, there's another car here. So just for reference, if you're checking this place out, wanting to come down here, this is the Woody Road here. That's the road I came in on. It cuts off of Dennison Run Road. Yeah. And they call this U-Haul Road. If you look for Kennerdell Tract on maplets.com, there's a map of this place in there. And U-Haul Road is on there. That gate's only open during hunting season. And it's pretty much a road to nowhere anyway, but that's U-Haul. And this is State Game Lands 39 parking lot at the end of the Woody Road. So that pretty much wraps her up. For once I wasn't overdressed. I was just about right today. So, all right. Until next time, adios from the Kennerdell Tract.